Good morning, friends. Stephen Ben-Nun here with Israeli News Live, and wanted to just real quick kind of share some thoughts with you on the situation in Russia, Ukraine, NATO, etc. from the Wagner group, Prigozhin, and his coup attempt that has taken place. That all types of thoughts have come out as to why this has happened, and I believe that we actually know ourselves here at Israeli News Live a little bit better about this case, mainly because those of you that may recall back in oh gosh, I don't know whether it's been a year and a half, 2 years ago, we were sharing with you from the intel that we were already getting that Putin would end up stepping down from power. Now, there's been a lot of that speculation going all the way back to 2018 about Putin, but we were actually told more specifics about that, that Putin would step down from power. It would be as a result of the people requiring it, because he had grown weak regarding NATO. He would not be dealing with NATO the way he as more of the people would want a more hardliner involved in dealing with NATO, and Putin would have come to a place to where he was no longer being that hardliner that the people wanted, and that this would lead to World War III, that we would see the people of Russia were wanting a hardliner that would stand up against NATO, and that we would actually, we had a couple of different reports on this. The early on one was that we would go into World War III going by the end of 2023. And then the second one was that we got a more updated version when they brought in the new hardliner, that they would wait till he was in power for about 6 months before he would engage NATO going into 2024. Now, I never really thought about Putin not being assertive enough as a leader, or that he would not be to the point to where the Russian people would want to have him replaced. That really kind of just totally slipped my mind altogether. Why would that be? Because he always seems to be a very affirmative type of leader. He seems to take action. He doesn't back down. Even in the case of Ukraine, he has tried to be a little bit more cautious about civilian life, rather than just overrunning the entire nation. But this whole issue with the Wagner group leader, Prigozhin, and his failed coup attempt on the Russian leader and the Russian people, obviously backed by some NATO allies as well in this, obviously staged, obviously pre-planned, and I do say staged. I believe that even it is very good possibility that Putin is very much aware of this, because this man launches an insurrection against the Russian government, against the Russian people, and of course allegedly over an airstrike that hit his people and his command. CNN is reporting these type things. Fox, no, not Fox, but what was it? That was the New York Post is also now reporting that they're wanting Putin to step aside, and you got all kinds of things going on out there. And I think CNN is saying the beginning of the end of Putin, but it all seems staged. It really seems staged, and because then you have the Prime Minister of Belarus. That comes in, Lukashenko, and Lukashenko is suddenly becomes the statesman and brokers the peace deal, and makes the bold statement that he doesn't want Putin to take out Prigozhin for his insurrection acts. And then the next thing you know, everything's forgiven, everything's dropped, no big deal. Prigozhin is now going to get to live in Minsk over in Belarus there. And the charges indeed were dropped, and all the units go back to Ukraine to continue the war in Ukraine. Tell me that's not staged. I mean, listen, you guys that know about where I've talked about this, about Putin and the change of power and stuff, if you can find the video, post it in the comments. Comments are going to be open on this video here. Post it in the comments for me if you would. I know there's more than one video out there that I did on this, but that's now I should say this. Now it makes sense, because what I was told is that this is what would happen. He would be too weak, and I've never known Putin to be weak when it comes to NATO. But now, yes, this gives the people of Russia the view that Putin was too weak. An insurrection occurs in your country, and suddenly you cower down and let the guy just walk scot-free. That's a red flag. I'm Stephen Benoon. You're watching Israeli News Live. Have a great day.